All right, so this is part two of the problem with self love. Okay, and the reason I'm making a part two is because one of my friends called me, and when I'm making videos, I don't like to be interrupted. All right, so I lost my train of thought, and I really don't have time to go back and listen to the first video that I just made. But but I will say this. I okay, I understand the importance of ignorance, and I understand the importance of knowledge. And if I start to pass gas and you hear it, excuse me. Okay? Give me a second. Excuse me. Alright. Okay. So, alright. So I'm like I'm saying this I'm saying um okay, so this is part two. So let me hold on. Dang, it's always a disruption with me every time I make videos. Okay, so let me. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and end it. My problem closing the top to my jug here. I always forget to close the top every time I drink it, cause I remember the last couple of instances I would leave the jug open and I would spill water or something out of it. But anyway, okay. So this is my thing about self love. I'm not telling you that I'm not telling you that you you sh- you should not love yourself. What I'm saying is the 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 root the the foundation that establishes self love is derived from ignorance. Okay, the more the more ignorant you are, not only is it uh, the less the lesser of what you know, but it's also the less of what you have to accept of what someone says and what they taught and what they uh, deem to be tolerable. Okay, so so yes, I'm not I'm not dumb. I understand the importance of I definitely understand the importance of ignorance. Okay? So on the other hand, um yeah, on the other hand, um yeah, I'm like I was saying, I'm not saying that self love is bad and you shouldn't experience it. But this is my thing, right? If we um if we all I'm talking to the people that know, the conscious people. If you know that there is only one universe and one God, then what then be wouldn't it be fair to say that this this one God that um we this one God that we put our faith in um is saying the same message, just different variations of that same message. You get what I'm saying? And this is why I'm choosing not to talk so much anymore, because a lot of the times when I talk, people either get annoyed, or yeah, they get annoyed because they think I'm not hearing what they're saying, and and I and I and I really am. I'm just showing that I have a different perception of the um I have a different perception than the other person. But even if I had a different per- perception of the other person, if you really think about it, that person is really saying the same thing I'm saying, just a different way. And I gotta admit, it took me a while to understand that. You know what I'm saying? My issue was the thing that bothered me about the other person was the way that they were, expressing their opinion. And I realized I shouldn't do that, especially if I don't want them to do that to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I'm recording this, because this is self reflection. So back to what I was saying. If if every person that's involved in religion, because even atheism is a religion, as well as humanism. We're all susceptible to one. We're all susceptible to a religion, even even if even if it's not sacrilegious or uh, tax 305 exempt. Okay, we all believe in something, with or without the concept of God, which I know man made. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. If if we all believe in the same God, and we have one one religion, and we have one mind, to where we can criticize, critique, hello, whoever is in the astral plane. You know what I'm saying? To where we can criticize and critique people. Then it is it not wrong for me to say that if we have the right to um if we have the right to love ourselves as much as you, the masses, promote it, because I'm distancing myself from this self love shit for a while. I need to share my heart with somebody. You know what I'm saying? That that's the path that I'm on. However, I'm just just so just so people don't think that I don't pay attention to things that they're thinking and feeling. I am doing the inner work, to where in my heart people are paying attention to me. They are listening to me, because in the outside world, people fear that, because they don't want to get hurt, or they don't want to hurt the person that they're encountering at that moment, when they start to have a conversation with them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at a point where I'm becoming more conscious now, from the perception that I really don't want to have I really don't want to have a difference of opinion as an individual. I want to have a difference of opinion as a collective, meaning that I want to think this. I want to have the same thoughts as my friend is. You know what I'm saying? Or my group of friends. Because I'm saying this as a star seed, because when it's all said at the beginning of the day towards the end of night, no matter what race we are, we all think similar things, regardless of our skin color. You know what I'm saying? Because you got white folks that can't stand other white folks. You got black folks that can't stand other black folks, which I'll never understand. I mean, I could understand um black people not uh I could understand black people not liking some of the things that um other black people do, but not accepting the other black person as an individual. That's a problem for me. That's a huge problem for me. But anyway, back to this whole self love thing. Um, like I said, I'm not a self love policeman. I'm not trying to shut down self love. I'm just saying we we have to learn how to we have to learn how to be a part. We have to learn how to be a part of the world, but then separate ourselves from certain ideologies in the world, because they can harm us. You know, I'll tell you a quick true story, right? I remember when I was living in McDonough, and the devil came to me in the sky, and actually no, it was both God and the devil. It was both God and Samael, and God was showing me that Samael was gonna try to separate me from my twin flame, because my 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 twin flame physically is at a place where she felt like she's she's neglected her God. Her God is part of herself, and I'm not against it. I'm not against self love at all. My only issue with self love is how we use it. Instead of self love being a way of life, it's become a trend. It's become a trend, and I know what you're gonna say. Well, you can't control everything in the world. Everyone is susceptible to trends, and you just got finished saying that we're all susceptible to some form of addiction or slavery. Yeah, that's true, but 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 like, if you're conscious, right, and you know that when babies come into the world, right, that their umbilical cord gets separated. It gets cut. Not not unless you're Jewish. then you're connected to that individual until you're 13. but but anyway, it's like you know, too. I'm saying this: too much self love can be poisonous. You know what I mean? It really can be poisonous. It really can. Because you know, as far as relationship wise, what if you try to what if you want to fix something about your relationship with a person? It doesn't have to be a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It could be a friend. What if you try to what if you want to fix that relationship with the person, and then they say, "Well, I need time to myself right now." Sure, that's cool, it's also the way you say it. It's also the way you say it too. You know, you gotta be careful because there, there's there's some groups of people that not only listen to what you say, but how you say it and the way you say it according to your own tone of voice. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm not very long ago I had a fallout with my twin flame, and not only did I feel like she was, you know, uh, pooping on me em, uh, emotionally. I felt like I felt like she was being really stubborn and selfish. You know what I'm saying? And like I had an issue with that, especially since especially since you especially since you want me to support you and, and help you out with the things that you do. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, there's nothing wrong with self love. My only issue is how we're exploiting it. You know, don't put that out. Um don't put that out on social media. If you if you want to love yourself, then you know how people say you should keep certain things to yourself. Keep your idea of self love to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because then because because then that other person that really needs you at that moment won't have to feel so hurt about you saying I need to love myself for a while. You know what I mean? And speaking of that, you know, speaking of that, um, I'm the type of guy that doesn't like nonchalant. I'm the type of person that does not like nonchalantness, and I don't like I don't like it when people are indirect. That annoys me. That annoys the heck out of me. You know what I'm saying? Um, say what you mean and mean what you say, but be straightforward with it. Don't give out mixed signals. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you call yourself loving this other, especially if you um especially if you know that you're loving this other person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm not saying that self love is a bad thing. I'm just saying don't don't promote so much of self love that that you uh that you dismiss. Yeah, don't promote so much of self love that you dismiss the ultimate valuable importance of what's really important, and and that's the love of others. Because even though we have to go through a form of self love for only a moment, I'm really teaching now. Even though even though we have to go through self love for only a season, we got to get back to that place of loving each other. Because you know, without that, we corrupt ourselves to the point where we uh we corrupt ourselves to the point where we self destruct, and we don't recognize the value of true love, and that's loving each other, even if that other person looks different from you. Um, like I'm telling y'all, man, like my mind is changing, and so if you don't agree with anything I'm saying, that's fine. I'm not. I don't want you to agree, but one thing I know for one thing I know for me as a whole, like I'm choosing not to agree with the minds of everyone else, because what everyone thinks separate of me, it won't benefit me, because it doesn't align with what I with what I may want to achieve in life. Even if it's with a love partner, like we have to have the same opinion. We can't have difference of opinion, because then because then when you have a relationship, you're not really growing anything. You you just you're just living off of your you're just living off of your difference of opinion, to where it becomes egotistical and negatively narcissistic. Okay, because just like I believe in, um, just like I know that there's negative narcissism, and so there is positive narcissism. You know what I mean? To where you can believe in your higher self, and your highest potential, and you could believe in the um higher potential of others and themselves. Okay, here what I'm saying. I'm 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 striving to be subconscious, and it's hard it's difficult to do that right now, because of the of the way that I'm living. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to make it. I'm just trying to ma- maneuver through one one spectrum of the matrix that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I'm done talking. Don't focus too much on self love that you self destruct. Remember, loving of others is just as important as self love. Balance, balance on everything, balance over everything. Balance is everything. Okay. All right. So my 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 last piece of advice: if self love being expressed from the outside of you hurts you, focus on focus on your inner you. You know, if you want, if you want peace and unity from the inside, not only do you have to create that from within yourself, but you have to manifest out. You have to manifest unity and oneness from outside of you too, and you have to know how to make it a reality. Because if not, people are not going to flow with it. They're going to con- just continue to disconnect themselves. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.